a positive discussion. Whatever you know and you have learned by reading somewhere or discussing with friends, family members, or your parents, ancestors, your grandmother, whoever it may be, whatever you got to know, new things that you would like to share with this Sangha, anything about menstruation and periods, anything that is positive and uplifting, new things that you know, we all would like to hear, and we'll clearly have some discussion so that whatever information you have, whatever that you heard about menstruation and periods, anything positive that you think might change the vibration of another female or the whole of the Sangha that you always wanted to share with another female, but you couldn't share it because of so many taboos that is associated with the periods and menstruation. Or even you might have shared with one or two people, but now this is the time to share with the whole Sangha. So that with this sharing, whatever is there in our consciousness will slowly release all those things, all those taboos. And a lot of us, we have been in this taboo, and the periods are untouchable and not very clean. So many other things, shame, so many other things that are associated with periods and menstruation. So what is it that you know about something positive that will be uplifting to others? So, as I shared in the group, I got to know about this Kamakhya Devi temple that is there in Assam, where the goddess herself, she menstruates, and people celebrate that as a festival. And even it seems the Brahmaputra river itself will become red at that time. There are many stories associated with that. But we'll just take the positive side of it. The goddess herself menstruating. But people say when women are menstruating, they are not allowed in temples. They are not allowed to do any prayers or sit in any pujas. When the goddess herself is menstruating, who has written all these rules? The main reason I heard from some people and also from some of the sources of internet, even in many tribes and even in Native Americans and even in ancient Hinduism, they used to treat menstruating women as a goddess. I heard this from a very old pujari who was a priest in one of the temples called Devipuram. Devipuram is again a temple very similar to the temple in Assam, the Kamakhya temple, where, as I was mentioning, the goddess herself, she menstruates. The same way, exactly very similar to that structure, they constructed a temple in Devipuram, where only the private parts of Shiva and Shakti are worshipped, the yoni of Mata Shakti is worshipped. So there I heard this priest telling that in the olden days, they did not allow ladies or women to enter the temple just because women herself has those energies of Devi, of Shakti when she is menstruating. So there is no need for her to go to the temple because she herself has become the goddess now. That is how the women were not going to temple. But slowly what happened was it was completely told in a different way and has been said that the women are untouchable at that point of time and they are not allowed into temples. The other thing is they make the women sit outside because in the olden days, women had to do a lot of work. They are not allowed to do pujas and other things at this time. And usually they have to fetch water and clean everything. They have to wake up early in the morning, clean themselves, do all the household work, cook. There was no rest for women. But especially during menstruation, the rule was created for women to be outside, not to enter the home, is mainly because she will get rest during those days. And she will mainly focus on her spiritual energy because the women's energy is very, very important for the whole of household because she balances everything. She takes care of everyone. That is the reason, especially during these days when the woman is menstruating, she is given some rest so that she can completely focus on her spiritual side and take some rest, give her body rest so that she's completely rejuvenated after these 3 days or 5 days of menstruating, and then she's completely back to her work with rejuvenated energies. So this is the reason why that particular ritual or making women to sit outside, not to enter the house, making her all these things were created, but slowly it became something like they're untouchable. They're just meant to sit outside. They're not even meant to touch any of the utensils inside. So many things, especially in Indian culture. But these are some of the stories that I heard, that I got to know. And even in the recent years, I heard about the period blood. People are using it as fertilizer because it has so many nutrients. And a lot of people has experimented on this period blood using it as fertilizers for their plants. And the plants are growing very well. That is the best fertilizer, they say. And in some culture, they say that it is always good to pour that blood back into the earth. And in Native American culture, it seems they celebrate this together. All the menstruating women, they come together, they meditate together, they rest together, and they all stay at one place because usually all the women, they menstruate together. Even if you observe in some families, in joint families, when one lady is menstruating, very similar to those days, the other lady will be menstruating. So they're all in sync. And the main thing is they are in sync with the moon cycle. That is when we say that it's perfect cycle, when the women's cycle and the moon cycle are in sync. So in those days, Native Americans and in some tribes, all the women, they are completely in sync with the moon cycle, and they used to menstruate together. So they all come together, they celebrate this, they meditate together, and the period blood, they never used anything. They're all together in a separate space where they just give the period blood to the Mother Earth to heal herself, to heal the Mother Earth. Because you see that period blood has a lot of medicinal qualities. Even the medicine women, a lot of Native Americans, if some of you know about shamanism and Native Americans, they call a doctor as a mainly a medicine woman. So it seems they use a lot of herbs to heal people from plants and everything. Also, one thing that they use is they collect the period blood and they use this as medicine for some chronic illnesses. So these are the things I heard positively about periods and menstruation. If anyone wants to share, you can just share. And just to let you know, this is not live, but still it is recorded. So depending on the comfort of all the people who share here, based on it, we'll share it in YouTube later. And if someone is not very keen on sharing it or sharing their opinion, do not worry, you can just share it in this group. And then now it is completely private in the recording, and then we'll edit that part, we'll cut that part, and then we'll share it on YouTube. So do not have any resistance. Whatever is it that is there within you can share, and we'll clearly have an open discussion. Because as I'm telling you all again and again, main pure intention for discussing these things is to let go of our own resistance around the periods, around the menstruation, because not many people talk about it, even with their girlfriends sometimes, or even with themselves sometimes. And we have been rejecting this. So whatever the exercises that we are doing every day, asking if anyone is menstruating in our group and calling them Devi, and asking them to redirect those creation energies with a pure intention for themselves, for our group, and for the Mother Earth. So all these practices is just about changing those vibrations around periods and menstruation, and completely transforming the collective consciousness of female consciousness on this planet Earth. I hope you're all with me. So, yes, someone is raising their hand. Yes, Ravali, please go ahead. You can unmute yourself and talk. Also, if anyone else wants to talk, you can just let us know.
Hello, ma'am. Hi.
Yeah.
Yeah. From past 2 days, when you told about the Kamakshi temple, from that section to till today, I can clearly feel the healing process in my abdomen. From every day it starts from past 2 to 3 days, it's going on like that. It starts at 6 o'clock and it goes on till like 8 to 8:30. Till then, the healing process is going on from past 3 days. I'm getting like stomach pain, and sometimes if I touch my abdomen and sit in meditation for a few minutes, at that time I'm feeling the sensation that some healing is going on, something is moving aside, like sensation. I wanted to share that.
Wonderful. Thank you, Ravli. Thanks for sharing that.
Thank you, ma'am. Thanks for this.
Thank you. Yes, ladies. Actually, few of others have sent me a message separately that they could really feel some healing that is happening inside them, and they could actually feel that vibration is changing because they have never shared anything like this before, and they were not very comfortable talking about these things. But trust me, once we start talking about it, once we start letting go of the resistance, it is not just about the periods or menstruation. Even if you have a perfect period or you don't have any issues with the period, but still, when you accept it completely and when you do not have any resistance, then completely a lot of aspects in your life, in your femininity, they start changing. And that is the reason why I'm encouraging each one of you again and again, is because it is not just about that, but a lot of other things which will transform in your life. Yeah. So, who wants to go next? You can raise your hands or you can just type in your. Yeah, I think someone wants to talk. Silpa.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah. Hi, Pranahita. Thank you so much for the sessions.
thank you.
And so I have learned so much about the women's menstruation. Like last year, I was used to think. I was thinking the same thing. Like whatever the superstitions we have got on that. But last year, I have learned that around the menstruation time, women has a lot of energy, especially a lot of positive vibrations around them, and then many people ask us to do to meditate around that time. I heard that the vibrations that goes at a woman, especially on those menstruation period, it is as equal as the. It's nothing different by goddess. That's what I have heard. The women are so powerful at that time. So what they speak, it manifests immediately. So that's why I have heard that women were not talking around that time because the vibrations were so powerful, and whatever they had, it just manifests quickly. And as you said, the reason that they're not allowed because it's like in the previous days, they have to just help the entire family. They get so tired, so they just wanted to give the rest for themselves. But coming forward, it completely changed the meaning of the meaning of whatever the things that they were doing earlier. So now it is like it just became like untouchables. So around that time. So after I learned the importance of the menstruation, I started meditating. Like we have an idea, right? When we just get the periods. So I have been seeing a lot of differences. I used to get the stomach ache earlier, but now I've been waiting for the periods actually. That gives me a lot of rest, and the meditation also. It just goes really well on those days, and I feel so energetic, so powerful. So I have observed a lot of differences before I know the importance of the menstruation. So this is what I just wanted to share. It's really a pure thing that women menstruates.
Pranhita, and hello, all the angels. Thank
Hi.
you. Thank you so much for such wonderful information you shared with us today. All the misinterpretations that I have heard are broken today. Thank you so much. Thank you. Even in my childhood, my mother used to tell me that it's the bad blood which is coming out. Then I was worried about my brother and my father. Why are they not having bad blood? Why it is not coming out for them? So yeah. So thank you so much. So today I would like to share some of the information that I have got to know from the internet and all the other search engines. So in Odisha, there is a festival in the state of Odisha. Everybody would celebrate the festival called Raja Parba. It's a 3 days festival celebrating menstruation and womanhood. It's celebrated during mid of June month every year. During this time,
Wow.
during this time they believe that Bhudevi undergoes 3 days of menstruation, and on fourth day they put a ceremony and then they celebrate. So it's a wonderful festival. Yeah, it's such an amazing thing to know. And also in Kochi there is a festival called Arpo Arthavam, which is again a celebration on menstruation and womanhood. And also in India, to raise awareness surrounding and to challenge these taboos, uh, there are so many non-profit organizations such as Muse Foundation, which organizes festivals across 9 states of India, including Maharashtra, Karnataka, West Bengal, Sikkim, Uttar Pradesh, Madhya Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and Assam. So it's basically a wonderful movement, I think, which is being taken place, which we were not aware of it earlier. So it's very great to know about this information. And also it's good to know, I'm proud to be being born as a woman, that we have the capability to give birth to another soul, and our life changes with menstruation, so it should be celebrated as a festival. So
Amazing.
I completely accept it
That's real.
and I celebrate it. Thank you, Pranahita. Thank you so much.
Wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much, Gayatri. That's very interesting facts and amazing. And the moment you said, I'm really proud to be a woman, I got goosebumps on my body. And that is what every woman should feel. That is my pure intention. Because a lot of women, consciously or unconsciously, they are rejecting their femininity, and this has to change. When we are born as a woman, we really have to celebrate that womanhood, because in different lives we take different forms. But whatever we take, when we are in complete acceptance, then we can complete that learning for whatever we have come onto this planet Earth. So that's amazing, Gayatri. Thank you so much. And who wants to go next? So one of the participants here, she shared that, hi Prana ma'am, her menstruation started very late, like at the age of 17 years. So everyone used to say, why still I was not menstruating? It was so much that every elder used to see me with that issue only, even my parents also. And at last I got it at 17. But from the beginning, it was so heavy bleeding that now I am 41, still it's same. Oh, okay. So this is shared by one of the participants and she want to keep it private. So see, so such problems will happen when everyone around are talking about and rejecting whatever is happening. There may be various reasons for not menstruating at the age that she has to menstruate. Maybe again, it may be coming from her past lives where she rejected her womanhood, or maybe it may be coming from her womb, where her mother may have rejected a daughter, or maybe in her childhood. So when we don't deal with all these issues, when we start rejecting the femininity again and again, so such problems may happen. That is the reason, my dear friends. I heard a lot of women share about so many such things. And that's the main reason, the pure intention to create this group. So yeah, actually, even some people were asking me, do you have any period issues that you have overcome with meditation? Is there any reason why you started this particular group and talking about periods and menstruation? No, nothing like that has happened in my life. As I shared other day, so once I was matured at the age of 11, but after that, I think 6 months or 8 months, I didn't get my periods. And then after, it just started. I don't really remember exactly, but again, it started around 12 years or maybe 13 years. But from then on, as far as I remember, I did not miss a single period except when I was conceived with my baby. So there was no problems with me. It is just somewhere coming from inside me, as if the universe is clearly guiding me and pushing me to do this work. That all the women should heal. It is not just about your menstruation periods, but everything that is happening around femininity. So we have to really touch our divine feminine and balance everything that is there. So that is my intention. Yes, someone else is sending me a message privately. Yes, please go ahead, dear. If you want to send any message, you can send it and I can read it. Also, if anyone else wants to talk, okay, I'll just wait for a few more seconds. If anyone wants to talk, they can just type into the chat window or raise their hand or directly unmute yourself and talk.
Pranahita, can I ask a doubt?
Yes, please.
Yeah, just like the previous lady mentioned that since childhood, like mom has, like the elders always say that the period is something bad and like one has to like stay outside and all that, and also like I was given the notion that if you get period in the days of festivals or the puja days, because you have to skip the puja, so it's like a bad luck kind of thing. So and it has like settled in
Yes.
my mind so much that because like in the festival days or the puja days, I literally prayed to the god that please I should not, don't give me a period now, don't give me a period now kind of thing. So at least for the puja day and before that, after that it's okay, after that it's okay kind of thing. So I mean this itself is a create, I know that I'm creating a resistance inside me, but I mean how to, I don't know how to overcome it.
Okay. So, are you still having that?
Yeah, I mean especially the days
Are
like
you asking a question that you're still having?
yeah, yeah. I mean, like the days
Okay.
like
So,
Varalakshmi Vratam or the Vinayak Chavti days. I mean, those are the days we feel a lot. I mean, I feel a lot, and
okay,
I'm in
okay.
constant fear. Actually, sorry to add, just to add, I'm in constant fear because I don't have a set interval. That's why I'm in constant fear that okay, I might get a period kind of thing. That is a constant fear, actually. Yeah.
Okay, okay. So that is the main reason why I asked everyone to share their story. As I have shared, so I heard this from a Brahmin, a priest, very old priest, who is a priest in a famous temple. So he is the one who shared the story that in ancient days, the women are now not allowed to temples during their menstruation because they themselves become goddess. They themselves become Shakti. These are the exact words that he told in Telugu. So when they become goddess themselves, they don't need to go to any other temples. The whole of their energy is inside them. That is what he told. And it is just about giving some reasons to your mind. So when we get to know different facts, then at least our intellectual mind, it will settle down. And then slowly, whatever is there from your childhood, that fear, it will be easy for you to let go of that fear when your intellectual mind is settled down. So that is the reason why I'm asking everyone to read more and more about periods, menstruation, to let go of that fears so that you are not passing that fears to the next generations. Actually, for me, uh, I think in my ninth standard, I think, I don't exactly remember, I think it was in ninth standard, I was menstruating during Shivaratri. And Shivaratri is a festival where the whole of our community and all our neighbors, every one of us, we go to uh, Shiva temple. We were in Warangal. We used to go to Vaistambalagudi. So that's a very famous temple. A lot of you might be knowing that temple from Varsham movie. Uh, if you can speak Telugu, that's a very wonderful movie, Varsham movie. I don't say a wonderful movie, but at least the They have shown the waist Malguri beautifully. So every year we used to visit that temple, but I was menstruating. And I was feeling so uncomfortable because everyone around me, from the time of my menstruation, they have been telling me that not to go to temples and not to do prayers, because at that young age, I just used to pray to God every day, just for 5 minutes, not maybe just a couple of 2 to 5 minutes. I just used to go there and do a namaste pose, and then I used to ask God. So something, whatever it is, usually it's just a simple sentence that everyone should be good. I don't know why it used to come to me. Everyone around me, they should be happy. That's just one sentence I used to ask. But whenever I was menstruating, I used to feel so uncomfortable talking with God. Okay, maybe I don't know, maybe I cannot talk with God when I'm menstruating. Even that, when the God's picture comes into my mind, I'm like, oh, maybe it is bad. Maybe I should not think about God when I'm menstruating, because I don't know. They always told me that I'm not allowed into temples or all these things. It was there with me, but especially at this particular time of Shivaratri, everyone was going to the temple, and my mom was like, I told her, Mom, you know that I'm menstruating. I cannot go to the temple. So do you want me to? I just asked her, why don't you stay with me? And she was very casual. She was like, oh, it's okay. You don't have to stay at home. We can go together. It's okay. Don't worry. Even if you're menstruating, we can go. She used to be so casual, and she never kept me outside or untouchable or all these things, except for when I was mature, because of all the relatives and everything. Yes, she did a very big. I mean, we celebrated it as a very big party or festival. I don't know what to say, but after that, she never ever actually made anything uncomfortable. I mean, I never ever felt discomfort because of my period. She made sure that I was comfortable. So at that time, when I went to Shiva temple, even though my mom, who asked me to come there, but still I was carrying that fear. I was feeling so uncomfortable. Is it okay? Is that okay? And then she clearly told me, it is just your body that is menstruating, but your heart is pure. With the pure heart, we are going to the God, and God knows everything. Nothing you can hide from God. Even He knows that you are menstruating. He is the one who has created that. Then why would He reject that? At that young age, she told me, whatever I remember, these are some of the words that she told me. Then I was like, okay, I was completely relieved. Yes, I cannot hide anything. Sitting at home, I cannot hide Him. When she told me that, do you think God is not at home? Do you think God is only at temple? If you sit at home, also He is there. And I'm like, okay. So when God is everywhere, then why am I hiding? Where do I need to hide? I mean, there's no space where I can hide from God or be away from God and hide the fact that I'm menstruating and I should not go near the God. He's there everywhere. When I know that completely clearly inside me, then there's no point, even if I'm sitting at home or even if I'm in temple. As I mentioned, the only reason why women are not allowed in temples is because they need some rest, and they themselves are Shakti during that time. They have immense energy, they have immense spiritual power at that time, but they don't need to go to temples. That is one of the reasons. And the other reason is, previously, whenever we go to temples, there used to be so much work, like bringing water from a river and pouring the water to the deity, and so many other things, so many rituals associated with that. Physically, they had to do so many rituals. And at that time, women need some rest. Mainly her physical body needs some rest. That is the reason why a rule has been created that they cannot enter the temples. So just let go of that fear. It is mainly that if you are comfortable, you can do that. And if you are not comfortable, don't do that. I'll also share one more experience. So in my auto writing, I got a message to do Kumkumachana for Devi. So from my childhood, I'm not at all into prayers, pujas, even my parents are not really into. I mean, it's not that we don't go to temples, but I'm not into all those pujas, prayers, and I'm not really into it. I just go to temple for a few minutes. I just pray to God just for a couple of minutes, and I don't know about Lalita Sahasranamam, Vishnu Sahasranamam. I don't know anything, any pujas, even Kumkumachana or whatever it is. I don't know all these things. In my auto writing, just few years ago, I think about 5 years ago, maybe 5 to 6 years ago, I got this message, and I'm like, I don't know what is this Kumkumarchana. I just called someone and I checked with him. He's one of my friend who is a Brahmin. So when I checked with him, he told that it's a puja that we do in the temples. If you can just pay some amount to the priest, he will do it. I was in UK and I went to a temple. I was just waiting for the priest. He was a little busy. I asked him to do the Kumkumarchana. He said, I'll come in few minutes. You just wait there. So I was just sitting there in front of Devi Ma, Shakti, the idol, the deity. I was just sitting there waiting for him. I closed my eyes and I was just observing my breath. I was in meditation. I don't know how much time has passed by. He did not come, and slowly the process had begun. The Kumkumarchana, the Kumkum was falling on me. Very, very clearly. Even as I'm talking about it now, I'm getting goosebumps on my body. It was so clear. I could feel that. So Kumkum was, the Kumkumarchan was happening to me. I'm not telling this experience to just boast or something, to say something about me. But that is what has happened on that day. Completely for a few minutes, clearly the Kumkumarchan was happening for me. And after that, a clear message from inside me, the Kumkumarchan is complete. So I got this message very clearly. I could very clearly hear that. And as I opened my eyes, I don't know who did Kumkumarchan for the Devi. Maybe someone might have come there and put some Kumkum on the Devi. But as I opened my eyes, don't know what happened physically, but as I looked at the deity, the Kumkum was there on the deity. So I was amazed. After that, the priest had come, and again I asked him to do a Kumkumasham for Devi, and he completed whatever he has to complete. But I'm just telling you, when we clearly feel that God is not outside, He is everywhere, inside us, outside us. Till then, I just heard about it. I never felt it. But that day, I could clearly feel it, that Shakti is nowhere outside. She is there within us as well. It was not any of my intention that I should become Shakti or I should, nothing was there. I just went to the temple to do Kumkumarchan for the Devi as I got the message. But that is what has happened that day. So believe me, my dear friends, and even just think and reflect on it. So they say that, I heard this in a story. Someone was sleeping, and I don't really remember. I think this is from a famous saint or someone. So someone was sleeping and their foot was towards the deities. I mean, there were some photographs and deities, or the puja room was there. And the person who was sleeping, he was putting his feet towards those deities. And the house owner, he came and he told that saint, do you mind, can you please sleep on the other side, put your foot on the other side? And the saint asked, why? Can't you see the puja room is there? The God is there? Then he said, he asked the house owner, so do you think the God is not there this side? And completely the house owner was like, he couldn't say a word. Because when God is everywhere, if you're menstruating and sitting inside your room and not participating in pujas, do you think the God is not there in your room? Do you think the God is just there in the temple or in the or whatever the puja room? And just think, during your menstruation, is it possible for you if I say not to think about God, not to think about any of the deities or gurus that you really pray to? Is it possible for you? So with your physical body, you may not be actually entering into that puja room or the temple, but definitely in your mind, in your heart, you may be thinking about it. If you think this is wrong, then that is also wrong. Can you completely stop thinking about any of the higher source, higher power during those days? I don't think it is possible. So start thinking in that way. Whenever that fear comes, start thinking in that way. And someone told me years ago, when Sai Baba was becoming famous then and all the temples are coming, the Sai Baba temples were coming. So someone told me that I feel so relieved because we can enter into the Sai Baba temple even when we are menstruating. There is no rule for Sai Baba. Then she was one of my friends. She felt so happy because especially during her periods, she feel like going to temple, just sitting there. She feels good going to temples. But every time in her periods, they say that not to go to temple. But when the Sai Baba temple was constructed in her place and people told that women who are menstruating has no rules, they can also enter the Sai Baba temple. She was like so happy. So when women can enter into a Sai Baba temple, why not into any other temples? That is what is my personal opinion. I'm not asking you to go to any temple right now or when you're menstruating, definitely go there and try and see. No, just see. Do not associate it with fear. Even if you go or not, that doesn't matter. It is just about how you are feeling and what you are giving to the next generation. That is very, very important.
Thank you. Thank you very much. That was really enlightening. Thank you.
Thank
And
you.
definitely eased my fear. That the constant fear had definitely eased it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm just reading the chat. Wow, so great to know about your experiences, Pranahita. Very amazed. Thanks for sharing. I could feel it completely. Thank you. And uh, yeah, and also I just wanted to check whoever has spoken till now, is it okay if we share it on YouTube Live? Because some people in the Sangha, they have, yeah, okay, Gayatri is saying it's okay with me. And if anyone else who has shared now, they can send me a message if it is okay. Even Ravali who has shared, she's saying okay. And I think whoever has shared, they can just send me a message if it is not okay for them. If it is okay for them, that's so we can clearly share it. But if it is not okay for them, before we make it live, we'll just cut that part. Okay, great, great. Okay, so if anyone else has anything to share.
Yeah, thank you so much, Pranahita. This is Joshna. Beautiful wisdom shared. How I got into the group was with severe cramps, and you taking the session on the first day, and I joining the group and your session. Can you share some insight on cramps related to menstrual cycle?
Cramps. Actually, I do not have any personal experience, but the only thing I read is just recently I read about cramps. So just see if you can relate with that. Or maybe we can ask other ladies in the group also to share some of the experiences. So what I know is the cramps. So most of the times, it seems, according to some study, it seems most of the people who are getting cramps is for working women or women who are not at all taking care of their body, who really want to run towards their mm, masculine side, like always in that action, always wants to prove something. So more of the masculine energy, especially during the menstruation, you have to come back and rest in your divine feminine and not go into your masculine. That is very, very important. So when during that time, when the thoughts are always towards action, towards proving something, towards competition, towards all these things which are masculine energies, so there will be some disturbance in your physical body, especially when the energy body is disturbed. Because during the menstruation, we are supposed to be in our feminine side, but when that feminine side, when we are not in that feminine side, and when we are always, the thoughts are going towards the masculine side, and also the body is always going towards the masculine side, so that energy difference will be there, the pull will be there, the feminine versus masculine pull is there. So what happens is the cramps are happening in the body. So that is what I know, Josna. But maybe we can also discuss group.
That seems a very great answer. Yeah, very nice. Yeah, thank you so much. And I feel like all this wisdom, we have to do the PowerPoint presentation. It has to go to many women who are still hanging on to their false belief system, and to especially the youth. I know, I guess like in UK and USA, like they are fine to freely carry on with their activities, but having this feminine wisdom with respect to goddess and energies will really help them. Thank you, Pranahita.
Thank you so much. That's a wonderful idea, actually. So even I want to take it to the larger audience as much as possible. So, and I don't have anything like it has to go through me or I should be the center. Nothing like that. I'm I just created this with a very pure intention that the whole of this femininity on the planet Earth, they have to completely transform. So whoever is feeling connected, that is the main reason why, sorry, that is the, oh, okay, sorry about it. So that is the main reason why I have created this Sangha, and I have been asking if anyone wants to volunteer and if anyone has any ideas so that we can take it to more and more number of people, and not only to more and more number of people, but with perfect quality. It's not just about the quantity, because even if it is the smallest group, they are completely transformed. Then they can take this wisdom. At least if now the group is 150 members, so one woman again creating 150 group, 150 group, and see how it will grow. So yeah, I'm completely open to ideas. So every day, I don't have any fixed idea. Every day, whatever is coming to me, I'm just delivering or I'm just sharing with you all. So I'm open to ideas. If you have any ideas to how to take it forward, we can do that together.
Sure, Pranihita. Let's do the rough doc first. Whatever wisdom we are sharing, just like in Google Docs or something, we have it as a rough doc, all the references. From there, we can refine it and make it into PowerPoint or add more points, more questions, and we can do like a Q&A session about everything together. We can have in one place. Then start from there.
Sure, Joseph. If you feel connected and if you're comfortable with documents, you can start.
Yeah, sure, we'll do.
Okay, sure. Great, great. Thank you. Okay. Yeah. Anyone else has anything? And sorry for all the internet issues today, but I hope we all shared good things and interesting facts and truths. So amazing. Anyone else has any questions or comments before we close? Okay. If no one has anything, we can close the call for today. And tomorrow also, we'll have a discussion for about 15-20 minutes based on the group, and then we'll do a short meditation, because I really want everyone to get involved and to share more and more. Because when we are sharing, it's not only that we are learning from different sources, but also sharing it with others. And when we are gathering this information together, so it will completely grow and we'll get to know so many things. It will enlighten us in different ways. So let us all do some more research and we'll be back tomorrow. I hope all the other ladies in our Sangha will listen to this recording and they'll be inspired. Thank you all. Thank you so much. With so much love. Have a great day. Bye.